has that elusive first win of 2007. But there's no time to relax, because with 8 rounds left, his teammate and former world champion Ben Townley is equally as hungry for success. Fighting for third, Josh Grant, Jason Lawrence and Ryan Dungey are all enjoying a solid start to the summer, but are they title contenders? We'll find out today. A quarter of this year's motocross season has already passed us by, but if those opening 4 rounds are any indication, this will be a marvellous year for the motocross lights. This is round 5 of the AMA Toyota National Motocross Championship, presented by FMF. Hello, Lee Diffie along with Jeff Emmigan. Welcome to the spectacular Red Bud Track and Trail here in Buchanan, Michigan. This event, incidentally, is being presented by Monster Energy Kawasaki, and that's appropriate because teenage sensation Ryan Villopoto is atop the points table. But he's not the one, Jeff, creating the headlines so far this weekend.
He is not. The first headline, Makita Suzuki's Ryan Dungey. Been a sensation this year, had some great rides. Big get off in practice, horrendous crash off the sky jump between corners 3 and 4, suffered a concussion, and he'll be out for today's racing.
Saturday wasn't only a troublesome day for Ryan Dungey, it was also that case for Ben Townley.
Yeah, Ben Townley suffered what the initial thoughts were a appendicitis, went to the hospital, got checked out. They ruled that out, but we weren't even sure that Ben was going to race today. He sat out the first practice on Sunday morning, ended up coming out for the second practice, set the second fastest lap time, faster than the points leader Ryan Villopoto. So I think Ben Townley is definitely 100% and ready to race today.
Yes, the Kiwi can resume his championship fight with his teammate, and that takes us to the points. So far, coming into round 5, Villopoto has a 14-point advantage over Ben Townley. Ryan Dungey, Josh Grant and Jason Lawrence, that is a fabulous scrap for third. Well, not too long now before the gates drop here at Red Bud, but before we see that, here's Erin Bates with a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, guys, that's right. With only 9 points separating third place right now, and Ryan Dungey out for the weekend due to a concussion, the battle for third place is definitely heating up. Josh Grant, just this past week, celebrating his 21st birthday, coming in still on his program of a little bit of rest and rejuvenation. Only 3 hours on the bike since we have seen him last. But if you remember, he won the overall at Mount Morris, the Monster Kawasaki Triple Crown, and if he wins here at Red Bud, he does have the possibility of sweeping the series. Also, keep in mind, Jason Lawrence, the 338 Yamaha of Troy rider, is looking to take his very first overall. Him as well on the same schedule of taking a little bit of time off to come in here to pick it up where he left off, to kick some butt here at Red Bud.
I think what I need to do is I need to get the first couple laps going, because, you know, I don't really realize it so much when I'm racing, but from watching it on TV, Villopoto and Townley or Josh Grant, whoever it is in the beginning, and they pin it right off the bat and they go a lot faster than I can, you know, if you look at the lap time. So I just need to work on some sprints, and I did a little bit of that during the off time. So hopefully I'll be able to just be there after 5 laps and see if I can hang on till the end of the moto.
Just like in any race, if you don't start up front, it's definitely hard to, you know, catch up to the leaders, because the guys are just, I mean, everyone's so fast. So, like, you know, top 5 guys is just a full-on battle. So, I mean, if you don't get a good start, it's hard to stay up front.
4 rounds down, 8 to go. It's been a super start to the season. Let's hope we can replicate the kind of lights racing we had 2 weeks ago in Budds Creek.
Not only the defending champion, but the current points leader, and he is putting on an exhibition of racing here at Budds Creek. It's Josh Grant holding off the other 2, and the fans are going nuts. Jason Lawrence now gets the spot on the inside, but stalls it out. Grant comes back by. How much better would you like it to be? 3 wide almost.
And Dungey takes it from Lawrence. Light motocross racing does not get any better than this unless they were racing for the lead. This has been a great ride.
Number 1 is going to go 1-1, and he's going to take his first overall.
Get Progressive, number 1 in motorcycle insurance. And by the all-new 2007 Tundra, the truck that's changing it all. Welcome back, everyone, to Red Bud here in Buchanan, Michigan. We are ready to roll. Great day for the fans, and there is a huge crowd, as always, at this annual event. And in short, this is the rundown for today. Of course, the highest point scorer from both motos will take the overall win. And in the event of a tie, of course, and as per usual, Moto 2 holds a heavier weight. And we look forward to see if young Ryan Villopoto can win here. Before we get going, it's time for another Progressive Direct pre-race report. Erin?
Guys, it's been a rough couple of weeks of recuperation for the factory Honda rider number 52 of Tommy Hahn. If you remember, he did not race at Budds Creek the Saturday qualifier. He ended up taking a pretty big spill, ended up bruising his heart, his sternum, and cracking a couple of ribs. Just as of last Saturday, one weekend off, he started to ride again, but the problem being is living in Houston, he's ended up having so much rain that he's only had about 4 hours on the bike since he's been here at Red Bud this weekend. Wishing him the best of luck. He's all recovered. He's ready to race today.
Now, Erin, before we go to the Suzuki starting grid, give us your best Red Bud.
Red Bud!
Jeff, that's not bad.
Not too bad.
All right, let's take you to the Suzuki starting grid. There are the boys. We are ready to roll. And as we show you the Suzuki starting grid, Jeff, I want to ask you, what are your thoughts on this starting lineup? Villopoto coming into this almost 2 seconds quicker per lap than Josh Grant.
Well, he definitely has been fast as usual this weekend at Budds Creek. Ryan Villopoto totally dominated, so we'll see if anybody has any sort of retaliation. I think that there's some other riders out there that are going to have something to say about another Villopoto win, and I think that Tommy Hahn's one of those riders. Watched him in practice. He looked really comfortable on the bike, even considering that he hasn't had much time on the bike. So I think he's excited. He's definitely ready to race.
Now, if you're with us from the top of the show, you will be aware of this, that there is no Ryan Dungey here. The Suzuki rider had a massive crash yesterday and has sensibly erred on the side of caution. We've got an onboard for you. It's the 532 of Ricky Renner, the Team Solitaire Honda. We look forward to this view.
Yeah, and you look at Ricky Renner there on the very inside gate. I don't like that spot. I like about gate 8 through 20 from the inside, right where the 101 and the number 1 are lined up, are perfect spots. That's because they're leading the points, and they're some of the fastest qualifiers, so they get a better gate pick.
Monster Energy Kawasaki Pro Circuit teammates. 1 and 2 in the championship, side by side on the grid. Doesn't get any better. And we're not far away from kicking it off here at Red Bud. The Thumpers make this place.
And once the board goes sideways, the gate will drop between 5 and 10 seconds.
Let's get ready. Moto 1, motocross lights. Can Villopoto do it? There's a Honda out in front. Is it Josh Grant? The Honda Performance first on board with Ricky Renner. And down goes 2 riders. It is Josh Grant. The 24 has got the whole shot.
This is another one of those tracks that I think Josh Grant is really going to excel on. Confidence is high. He's always been a great starter. Can he duplicate what he did at High Point a month ago? Go out and win the first moto and take that overall. This is also part of the Monster Energy Triple Crown, so he's got a little something extra, some extra money on the line if he can win here and at Steel City later on this year.
$30,000 up for grabs in that Monster Energy Triple Crown sweep if Josh Grant can do it here in the MX Lights class. He's followed by the 2 Kawasaki boys, Villopoto, then Townley. Where is Jason Lawrence, who's been in hot form? Here's the Progressive Direct whole shot replay.
And just like I was telling you, Grant was lined up about 8 or 10 gates from the inside. Nice start. And then if you even take a look here, as they come around corner 2, you're seeing some riders down. Up to the right side of your screen. Luckily, nobody got run over. Everybody's going to get back up and get back to racing.
That was possibly 5 riders went down within the opening 3 turns. Your race leader, it's Josh Grant. Great hole shot and looks confident out in front as they hit the Supercross whoops for the first time.
You see our current reigning champion, Ryan Villopoto, in the number 2 position. A lot of confidence at this point. He was spectacular last week. And another rider there are a couple of riders here, seeing Jason Lawrence go around the outside of Tommy Hahn. Jason Lawrence has been on fire lately, but he has been he has yet to...
Oh, down goes our race leader. Grant has dropped it just after LaRocco's lead. Fires the bike, keeps it going. He's lost 3-4 positions. He's back to 5th.
It's so very fortunately that he didn't stall the engine and have to spend extra valuable seconds getting the bike back started.
Well, he's done a good job, great job regrouping. And he's out after Jason Lawrence now. Earlier this weekend, this is how confident Lawrence is. He was clearing LaRocco's lead. He is in sensational form, Lawrence. He's having the year of his career. So new race leader, Villopoto, then Townley, then Lawrence. That's 1, 2, and 3. And Josh Grant, after picking himself up, is on the charge. He's playing the comeback game.
Well, we've talked about the Boost Mobile Yamaha rider here of Jason Lawrence so much about that he's been so fast, and it seems like lately he's starting to get a whole lot more comfortable. We'll see if he can pull it out. Let's take a look at this replay. This is LaRocco's lead, where they can actually triple over that. And the lines coming in here, there's a couple outside lines. And Grant chooses to go through this one rather than the inside, and he kind of got stuck in no man's land right in the middle. It almost looked like that he was a little bit indecisive on whether he was going to cut high or cut low.
Long way to go. It is far from over for Josh Grant. He can still make up ground, but guess who's leading the race? It's the points leader, the defending champion, Ryan Villopoto.
It's not for the timid.
From what we're watching, of course, it's Superbikes, July 11 at 8 p.m. Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on Speed. Yes, it is back. Look forward to that. And we look forward to the end of this race. Welcome back, everyone. Lee Diffie, Jeff Emig, and Aaron Bates with you from Redbud. The AMA Toyota Motocross Championship continues. And this young man, 18-year-old Ryan Villopoto, on his Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, is almost 6 seconds out in front of his teammate, who incidentally is a former world champion. This kid is something special.
Well, and this being the holiday weekend, Redbud here, track and trail, always falls on the 4th of July holiday. Ryan Villopoto's got his own fireworks going off right now.
So Villopoto is trying to win back-to-back years here at Redbud. Something our own Jeff Emig has done. Something Stewart has done, Lampson, Diamond and Barnett. Not a bad bunch to be a part of. His second place, Ben Townley. And considering he was in doubt to ride this weekend, second place is not too bad. He's got a handy margin to the tune of about 13.5 seconds over third place Jason Lawrence, so he's comfortably in second. So the teammates run 1-2 here at Redbud. Then it's the Boost Mobile Yamaha factory rider, Jason Lawrence. Here he is. And there's no pressure on him either. There's plenty of space in front and behind. So no pressure on the lead three whatsoever. Josh Grant is running behind him, trying to make up for lost ground. If you've just joined us, Grant got the whole shot, led early and dropped it on the opening lap, frustratingly so.
Well, what's interesting right now, we looked at 3:38 of Jason Lawrence. His last lap time when he came by was a 2:35. Our leaders are at a 2:32, and I said leaders this time because Villopoto's went from about a 2:30 up to a 32. Townley's running that pace, so it's getting close at the front.
The big bonus for these two today, Josh Grant and Jason Lawrence, is that Ryan Dungey is not racing. If you weren't with us at the top of the show, he had a massive crash right here yesterday. Was seriously concussed. And these three riders are fighting over third in the championship at the moment. Josh Grant on screen, only 4 points behind Dungey coming into this 5th round of the championship, and Jason Lawrence shadowing Grant. So it's a big win-win for those two boys today.
Yeah, and Josh Grant grabbing the whole shot in this first moto and then falling down on the first lap. He's got to be so disappointed, but he's putting in a really strong ride right now. He's riding at about 2:38, 2 minutes 38 seconds a lap pace. Got to be disappointed, though, because right now he's got the opportunity to win the Monster Triple Crown. He won the first one at High Point earlier this year. He has to win here today at Red Bud and then at Steel City later on this summer.
And that task is becoming increasingly more difficult with less than 8 minutes to run here at Red Bud. He's fourth. He's some 37 seconds behind our race leader, Ryan Villopoto. As we work our way back through the field, 52 is Tommy Hahn and 58 is Josh Hill. These two guys have been having a wonderful scrap.
And Tommy Hahn actually starting to pull away from Josh Hill. We've seen Josh Hill pull up on him earlier in the race. Right now, Tommy Hahn, the only rider that we've seen doing Larocco's leap, he's putting in some good laps right now.
Well, this is an important result for Tommy Hahn. He will equal his season best moto result of 5th. That's what he achieved in Moto 2 at High Point earlier this year. And that will get him back on the right direction. He's currently 9th in the championship. Josh Hill works the Supercross whoops. Seen some varying techniques through there, Jeff. What's the right one?
Well, definitely want to stay on top of those sand whoops, and you have to come into them with a lot of momentum so that you're not dropping down in the bottom of those holes, and that's what's going to eject you up out, get you off your rhythm.
Behind Josh Hill, Gosler, Weimer, and Morris and Chisholm, that's the top 10. They're all chasing this boy, though. Kawasaki's Ryan Villopoto in control.
Your Nissan.
To complete Moto 1, and Jeff, he would continue this extraordinary run. He has won every single opening moto of this year's AMA Toyota Motocross Championship.
Well, he came out of the gate each and every race just firing with so much aggression and so much speed. Earlier in the season, he had a problem completing it, though, putting together the second moto. But, wonder if he's just coming out a little too hard, a little too strong. But he showed us last week at Budds Creek, or last race, I should say, that he's definitely in it for the long haul, and he can win both motos. Today, he is having a brilliant ride. It's just on rails. You look at these deep ruts here. He has really had good balance. He shows both feet off the pegs there. He has really put in a great ride this first moto.
Controllably out of control. All right, for those of you who have just joined us, take a look at this. We'll bring you up to date with what has happened at Red Bud thus far. On the opening lap, the man who got the whole shot, Josh Grant, drops it in this tight left-hander just after Larocco's leap. And then Tommy Hahn on the 52 had a very brief scrap with Jason Lawrence, who made quick work of that. Lawrence was on a charge. He was in a hurry. But ever since Ryan Villopoto got past Grant, he has been in front, and comfortably so. There's the margin back to the 101 of Ben Townley. And that was much earlier in this moto. At this point in time, as he completes the launch pad, he is so comfortably out in front. He's got almost a 5-second buffer.
Nice ride here, but he's not letting off at all. You can rest once you pass the checkered flag. Right now, you got to keep your head into it. Sometimes, if you lay out a little bit on the last lap, you end up letting down your concentration and your focus. You make a little mistake. Ryan Villopoto is all business right now. He wants those 25 points for the win.
And this will make it 5 from 5. That is victories in the opening Motocross Lights motos in the 2007 season. He is in control, this young man. Checkered flag awaits Ryan Villopoto. This event is sponsored by Monster Energy. Kawasaki, he is on that bike, and he will take the checkered flag. Villopoto victorious at Red Bud. And convincingly so. His teammate Ben Townley, who was in doubt yesterday afternoon and this morning, comes in for a fine second. And Yamaha's Jason Lawrence will grab third. We'll be back.
Sometimes racing takes sheer
moto of the Motocross Lights, and again Ryan Villopoto reigns supreme. Well, the crowd certainly enjoyed it. That was a great display of skill and ability from the 18-year-old. All right, let's take you and review some results. The AMA Toyota Motocross Lights, the Toyota Trucks results board. Villopoto, Townley, Lawrence, we know that. Some equal personal bests for Tommy Hahn and Josh Hill, well done. And for Ryan Morris, that is his best result of the 2007 season. Great way to start the weekend. Here's Erin.
Ryan Villopoto, he's been staying in Michigan the last couple of weeks, getting himself prepared for Redbud. But Ryan, coming into this weekend, very dramatic. You didn't know if your teammate and arch rival was going to be racing. Did this whole weekend kind of come together and surprise you so far?
Yeah, it was, yesterday, first practice, Ben wasn't feeling very good. And then, went to the hospital and, nobody thought he was going to race. And then, talked to Mitch this morning and, he was going to race. And, that's good because, I didn't want to, try have to win the championship without him racing one race, and it just doesn't look that good. So, he's out here, and we had a pretty good battle. It seemed like, and I could see him there the whole time. So, just can't thank enough from our team, Monster, Pro Circuit, Kawasaki, and just everybody. Thanks. So
far, 5 for 5 wins of the very first moto of the day. What is it that you're doing, and take us through this race?
Normally pretty good in the first moto, it seems like, and just hopefully I can put the second moto together and get another good start and stay up on 2 wheels.
Great job out there.
Thanks.
Pretty calm and confident. That's why we saw him do what he did. Motocross lights. It is not light on skill and action, that is for sure. And we've got more of it coming up next. Moto 2, right after the break. What a weekend it has been here in Michigan. We're just north of the Indiana state line here in Buchanan, Michigan. And here is your Suzuki starting grid. The man to beat right now, it's as simple as this. It's Ryan Villopoto.
No doubt about it. Ryan was the fastest in the first moto and just looked really solid.
The entire rundown for you. It's a classy field, but the man at the top is proving very difficult to beat. And you can see down there right at the bottom, Ryan Dungey. Of course, he is a non-starter. Hello again, Erin. What have you got for us?
A lot of focus and emphasis on a lot of these riders taking a little bit of time off during the weekend off that we just had. Well, not quite the case for the number 58 factory Yamaha rider Josh Hill. You just witnessed him pull off a 6th place there in the very first moto, but what he said, I've trained more extensively over the last couple of weeks because I know that a lot of these guys right now need a little bit of a break, a little bit of recuperation time, and he's hoping that it's going to work to his benefit.
There you have it, a Progressive Direct pre-race report bringing you up to date moments before the gates drop here in Moto 2 of the motocross lights. Will Townley come to the fore here like he's done multiple times this year and get on top of his teammate?
Well, he has been very strong in the second motos, and there's no reason to believe that that there's anything that's going to stand in the way. But Ryan Villopoto, once again, last race at Budds Creek was awesome in the second moto. So just going to see who wants it more. The desire and the determination is really going to show through in the second moto.
Will he be able to duplicate what he did at Budds Creek? And that was the fastest qualifier, winner of Moto 1, winner of Moto 2, and the winner overall. That's Ryan Villopoto. Well, this man here from New Zealand, Ben Townley, his teammate, will be trying his very best to stop him. Ricky Renner is carrying our onboard camera from Team Solitaire Honda.
In the first moto, he was lined up on the very inside gate. He's got a couple gates over now. I like his starting position in this one a little better than the first.
Motocross lights ready to roar into action here at Redbud.
And remember, Josh Grant was the winner at High Point. First part of the Monster Triple Crown. He's really going to have to do something special here in the second moto if he's going to take the overall. Started great in the first moto, then gave away the lead while fell down while he was leading. See if he can improve that.
Seconds away. Moto 2, motocross lights. And it's the 2 Kawasaki boys up front. What a brutal encounter on the opening stages. One rider down. We're on board with Ricky Renner, and that's just how busy it is. There was a Suzuki with a dynamic start. Was that Andrew McFarlane, or was it Kelly Smith? We'll find out.
That rider down in the first turn is Kyle Chisholm.
Is that Lawrence? That's Jason Lawrence who's down. just got flicked from his Yamaha.
And it looks like the front number plate's a little bit tweaked, but the bars look like they're still pretty straight. That's what's important when you go down hard like that.
Good, quick recovery. At the end of the opening lap, we'll update you where he is, and we'll watch the comeback. And Josh Hill down as well. Both factory Yamaha boys dropping their machines on the opening lap. And Hill is saying, that's it, I'm done.
Looks like he might have a problem with the 250F Yamaha there. It didn't seem like he had taken a spill.
And it's Townley out in front from Villopoto. And it looks like Andrew McFarlane third. Here's the Progressive Direct hole shot.
You see there was a rider way on the outside here making a run at it. But across the stripe, it was Ben Townley.
On board with Renner.
Watch out the right side of your screen there. That's Chisholm down. That was entering the second turn. And keep a look on the blue bike on the right.
Oh, front end.
Catches a rut and just high sides and falls down. Luckily, he didn't bend the bike up or have an injury himself, and he's going to remount it, but in close to last place.
Missed the Moto 2. That's what Ben Townley is becoming known as.
And you can see just how treacherous the track is at this point. There's lines all over the place as Villopoto just makes Larocco's lead.
Seeing if he can get any advantage, seeing if he can already try and bridge the gap to his Monster Energy Kawasaki teammate.
And you can see they put down a little bit of water there on that downhill. On the other uphill, first lap of this second moto, you've got to be real careful that you don't come around into a line that's got a lot of water down and you weren't expecting it. Track going to be a little bit harder packed this moto, and some of that wet stuff on top. You see Townley's bike skating around coming into the first turn area.
Remember, whoever wins the second moto wins the overall. Villopoto is trying to join riders like our own Jeff Emig to win back-to-back.
Aaron, what do you got for us?
Well, guys, a quick update of Ben Townley's health. I went and chatted with him in between Moto 1 and this Moto here, and he said, actually, I'm feeling 100% right now. Whether or not he's just telling me a bit of a fib, these guys don't like to let a little bit of blood out, kind of like the sharks in the water theory. But he said he is feeling okay. He said it's 100%, and he's got his game face on for this Moto number 2.
And Ben Townley's going to need it because Ryan Villopoto with the number 1 plate is using all different kinds of lines, searching for a passing spot here early in the second moto, trying to take that overall win.
Jason Lawrence is not in the top 20. That's how much catch-up he has to do. And remember, he is one of those 3 riders fighting for third in the championship. The guy who is wrestling is Josh Grant, who's way back in 13th. Tommy Hahn is 14th. Some of the riders that are in contention for this title have a lot of work to do in Moto 2. Behind the Kawasaki boys, it's the Rockstar Suzuki of Andrew McFarlane. He has bounced back from an unimpressive result in the opening moto, and that's a real source of frustration for the Australian. He told me yesterday, he said, I just have to put 2 motos together. When I do well in one, I don't do well in the other. Look at Villopoto putting the pressure on his teammate.
Townley shuts the door, pitches him off. And we see Villopoto on the first lap try this outside line. He's not afraid.
Is he going to do Larocco's lead? No, he gets shut down by Townley. Forced to go 2-1.
Just incredible racing. We've seen Ryan Villopoto all season. When he is behind, he is willing to pull out all the stops and ride the wide line, using that extra momentum, but definitely twisting the throttle on that Kawasaki 250F.
Teammates, so what? Townley wasn't about to give him an easy passage by.
Well, I think that was a pretty clean move there. He just basically blocked the line. Now, is this going to be for Ben Townley? Is that little wake-up call that he might have needed to say, okay, I need to let it all hang out here in the second moto. I got to drop my lap time, or Villopoto is going to be all over me.
Fastest lap of the race, albeit in the early stages, belongs to the man in second who just got a little out of shape there. Villopoto continues the charge. Can Townley go all the way? Poto on the one, though. Almost gets Townley on the inside. Now has he got the advantage, Jeff?
Townley's got the inside. Let's see if he can take advantage of that. Villopoto on the outside.
He has been trying to work something lap after lap, and finally it pays off for the championship leader. Villopoto in front. Now can Townley respond?
Villopoto was such an aggressive burst of energy there. Found some great lines to overtake the lead. And remember, this is for the overall here today at Redbud.
Let's take another look at that. This is good, hard, professional riding.
See how deep the inside line was that Villopoto chose. Uses a wide line. Stays on the gas.
Thank you very much. I'll take the lead. Kawasaki continues to dominate this year's Motocross Lights Championship. And Villopoto almost a mistake. A definite mistake. But he hangs on to it.
Unreal. That was like he was riding a wild bull at that point, that he held on to it. That was a series of mistakes, and fortunately kept it on two wheels.
He has been able to gap Ben Townley substantially. Let's take you back and have another look at that, and hang on tight.
Here's Villopoto coming in, the right-hander before the tabletop. He misses the line. Then front wheel loses traction over the inside, drops down into the rut. Fantastic piece of riding, and just a great save for Ryan Villopoto.
Behind the two Kawasaki boys, it's been a wonderful fight for third. And what a comeback from the Sobe No Fear Samsung Honda rider, Josh Grant. He was, when we documented him earlier in the race, Jeff, he was 13th or 16th or something. He's now running third.
Yeah, well outside of the top 10. Fantastic piece of riding for Grant, and his teammate, Jake Weimer, has rode up into the 4th position also. And it's just a couple of seconds off of Grant.
It's a team affair. The Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki boys 1 and 2, then the Honda Works boys 3 and 4. And what about this guy? The Boost Mobile Yamaha of Jason Lawrence. He was not even in the top 20, and he is now running 9th.
Well, taking it into consideration that there were a couple of riders that went down in the first 2 turns off the start. Jason went down about a quarter of a lap in. It'd be safe to say he was somewhere around 37th or 38th after he got up from his fall on the first lap.
He's working Chris Gossler here. This is for 8th. In fact, it's not Chris, I beg your pardon. Of course, that's a KTM.
That's Rodriguez.
Wow, this is good stuff. How far can he go with the time left? 6.5 minutes remaining plus the 2 laps.
Jason Lawrence has had a couple of motos this year where he's had a ride from way back in the pack, showing that he's physically fit.
Inside on Rodriguez. Yes, another one down, another one off his list. What a ride. Coming into the closing stanza, and we will follow Jason Lawrence's progress and maintain Villopoto's lead. Are you an AMA member? If not, why not? It's very simple. AMADirectLink.com, or simply call 1-800-AMA-JOIN. Rights, riding, and racing. You can be an AMA member like all of these talented boys out on track right now. Race leader Ryan Villopoto to the tune of 6.5 seconds over his Monster Energy Kawasaki teammate Ben Townley. But Jeff, there is a fabulous battle going on for third between Grant, Weimer, and McFarlane.
Yeah, McFarlane actually was up front. Grant and Weimer came past him. Now McFarlane putting on another charge. So we take a look at it right here. Weimer kind of sandwiched between these two riders where he needs to be focused on Josh Grant, but yet he's looking over his shoulder, making sure McFarlane's not going to sneak on the inside of him. A lot of lines to choose from here late in the day here at Redbud.
Very valuable championship points for Josh Grant on the Sobe No Fear Honda. And that will help his run for third, overtaking Ryan Dungey, the absent Ryan Dungey, and we wish him well in his recovery. We're on our way home. We've crossed the 30-minute mark. We're inside the final 2 laps. Who will win this? Look at Weimer. He's coming on strong.
Grant cuts to the inside, takes the line away from Weimer. Teammates here, hopefully they're going to keep it clean, but you know Jake Weimer wants this position.
And while these two scrap and fight, it could be to the advantage of the Rockstar Suzuki. Of Andrew McFarlane, Weimer on the inside. Is Josh Grant about to let this happen? Both these boys have been clearing LaRocco's lead.
I don't think they're going to jump it this time. They both, oh, and Grant goes for LaRocco's lead from the inside line.
That's good stuff. He knew the challenge was on there. He cuts through that big rut, through that very tricky left-hander. Weimer is not done with yet.
Just powered that factory connection from the inside line over LaRocco's lead. First time we've seen that all day.
And he's going for the big ones when he has to hang on to this final podium spot in Moto2 round 5 of the AMA Toyota Motocross Lights Championship. He wants to be as close as he can to the Kawasaki pair up front in case either of them make a mistake in the chase for this championship. After today, 7 rounds still to go, a long way to go. Final lap. Villopoto is poised to take the double, to do it all again, just like he did at Budds Creek 2 weeks ago.
And the interesting thing, Lee, is that in overall wins here at Redbud in the lights class, Honda has a, Yamaha has a, Kawasaki has a, Suzuki has 3, so we have a 3-way battle between the manufacturers for the most overall wins.
What about that for style? But we won't in about 3 corners time.
In about 3 corners, Kawasaki's going to have the record for 9 overall wins here at Redbud in the lights division.
The other thing this brilliant 18-year-old is going to do, he's going to do what you did, Jeff, a few years ago. Back-to-back winners in the lights class at Redbud. What a stellar weekend. He's cleaned them out. Fastest qualifier, wins Moto1, wins Moto2. Ryan Villopoto does it at Redbud. It's a Kawasaki 1-2 yet again. And he strengthens his grip on this lights championship.
Ryan is loving that victory. That was hard earned. And his teammate Ben Townley put on a huge charge. Well-earned victory for Villopoto.
The scrap for third continues. It's the Works Honda boys going hard at it. And Josh Grant with that awesome rip from the inside and up over LaRocco's lead still keeps himself in third.
And watching Jake Weimer, he knows that time is of the essence here. He's going to try to put on a charge somewhere around LaRocco's leap area.
Is that gap too far? The outside line this time for Josh Grant, then cuts back in. Does he blast high? No, he won't do it this time. He faltered there a little.
He makes a mistake. Oh, and Weimer, I thought he had LaRocco's lead taking that outside line and just hit a kicker. Time is running out for the Factor Connection Honda guys here.
Final 2 turns coming up. Well done, Josh Grant. That is some comeback ride. He was in the teens, 13th or 14th at the end of the opening lap. Superb performance that keeps him in the championship hunt. Great podium in Moto2 for Josh Grant. Jake Weimer, a solid 4th, and Andrew McFarlane will come in to grab 5th spot on the Rockstar Suzuki. But today, the colour is green. And it's all about Ryan Villopoto. Celebrating on the podium, and we'll hear from him when we come back. By the all-new 2007 Tundra, the truck that's changing it all. Well, what did you think about that as we return to Redbud? Motocross Lights round 5, it is done in the AMA Toyota Championship. And a very dominating performance from the teenager Ryan Villopoto. What does the future hold for this young man? Does he step it up to the motocross class and take the fight to James Stewart in the future? The Toyota Truck scoreboard shows us the rundown there, and Grant Lawrence, Weimer, Tommy Hahn and McFarlane, they would all be pleased with their performances in the top 10. Let's hear from our winner. He's standing by with Aaron Bates.
You could kind of say it's kind of like King Ryan. He just lifted his monster can and the whole crowd cheered for him like you wouldn't believe. Ryan, a hard battle out there, a well-deserved victory. Which part of the track were you making up the most time on your teammate?
Well, you know, I didn't think the track was going to be this good, you know, in the first two practices this morning, because it was really one line and pretty muddy, but it really came around that second moto, and I can't thank the team enough, Monster Pro Circuit Kawasaki and Jeff Fox and Parts Unlimited and Toyota of Escondido, you know, just everybody that's helped me out. Thanks.
Ryan Villopoto adding himself to the record books with back-to-back wins.
Well, he did it 2 weeks ago at Budds Creek. He's done it again here at Red Bar. He just cleaned them out. Fastest and the best in every session, and looking at the championship points, he is still the man to beat and extends his lead margin over Ben Townley, and Ryan Dungey will be reeling from that practice qualifying accident that has taken him out of third place in this championship. All right, let's hear from a man who played a very good comeback game.
Talk about clawing your way up to the podium. Josh, a very hard battle out there. You look absolutely exhausted right now. Take us through it.
Yeah, you know, I pushed the whole time, and it was hard. And, you know, I was sick all day today and just been sleeping and throwing up. But, you know, I got through it, and that's all that matters. And I couldn't have done it without the Silby No Fear Honda team.
Hard charge out there. Great job.
Thanks.
Super performance from the ill Josh Grant. Hey, reminding you that at Thursday at 8, it's Pinks All Out. And it's not for the pink slip. They're chasing the green. $10,000 in cold hard cash. Need to run fast, run hard with Pinks All Out. That's Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, only on Speed. So, we have heard from first, we have heard from third. Let's hear from second. Here's Aaron.
Ben Townley, very excited to have this weekend over with. Kind of a blank look on your face right now. Ben, take us through your weekend, and how happy are you to have this over and finished with?
Well, yeah, I'm happy with the performance. Obviously, after yesterday and that, just being able to come back and even race today was good. So, but I'm a racer, you know, when the gate drops, I want to be up front, and didn't have it for Ryan today. You know, he rode really well, and just got to work on it a little bit more, I think.
Just goes to show you the passion and dedication that these guys have.
Yeah, Ben Townley will be relieved that this weekend has come to a close in the Motocross Lights division. Can anyone catch Ryan Villopoto is the question, Jeff Emig.
Well, I'm not sure, man. It's looking tough for the rest of the guys because Villopoto is on rails. His fitness seems to be great. His bike is great. He, you know, had a couple of, you know, off-track experiences that he saved, so he seems to be a little bit lucky. Hard to beat a guy in that position.
This event was presented by Monster Energy Kawasaki and their boy. Well, both their riders went all the way today, first and second, making it a green weekend. The next event in the AMA Toyota Motocross Lights Championship is in 2 weeks' time at the Unadilla Valley Sports Center in New York. And this fabulous championship still has a long way to go. Glad you could be with us on Speed. On behalf of Aaron Bates and Jeff Emig, I'm Lee Diffie. We'll see you next time.